Attention gamers. In the League of Legends client, if you open your collection then go to champions and sort by role, the brainless buffoons listed under the fighter category are the ones you have to keep an eye out for in your games, because these champs are the grown-up with a silver spoon in their stupid mouth bunch of butt munchers, as they can build damage and still be tanky like this twirling titan, or they can build straight tank while managing to do more damage than a 4-item ricochet Ronda. Paired with the fact that they live on the north side of the map, which means they suck that solo XP like it's a fat postnatal tit until they become the douche 18-year-old with a full bush of pubis hard stomping against the gooch hairless 13-year-old babies with ease. Not to mention most of their kits actually benefit them being in a worse position than a nun in a whorehouse, while other classes are sore just thinking about being in such a situation. But like I've said before, with great power comes great amounts of mechanically challenged morons trying to abuse that power, so today we will be covering Illaoi Syndrome. Symptoms of which involve having a fetish for pulling people's souls out and jerking yourself off to it, even if it results in you getting caught in the act, or having a false sense of confidence even when you are way behind because you have your slime dicks all over the walls and begging to play whack-a-mole on some snowballing shitter. But the worst symptom comes from the fact that your ult is strongest when you are the most screwed, so you are always finding yourself trying to sneak big groups to tentacle hentai land all at once, which never turns out well for you until the enemy brainless bruiser has been fed more than Guy Fieri after filming for Triple D, and now your team gets to deal with it. So if you are excited to see how a tentacled Tina can tilt an entire team and are a fan of these videos where I take out my hard stuck rage by singling out shitters that are costing better men than me my LP, please slap me a subscribe, piss on that like button, and let's get into the game. Now real quick, I have teamed up with the Yelpy Goggle Boy Bunny FUFU, you, and Ross the Smoke Show Boom Socks to give you a chance to win an entire streaming setup including a PC, accessories, good looking girls to sit next to you and watch you play, or just straight cash if you aren't into that stuff, so check the description for a link to enter for free. Okay, so for some context, I was playing one of the only remaining relevant right clickers on the Rift with the hope that my 4 Fountain would be sending my foes to Fountain alone with the little ginger bomb rat at my side, and things immediately get heated when one of the cows from Mario Kart Moo Moo Farm escapes and clearly doesn't know how to act in the wild as he tackles and smackles the little explosive shit stain as I remain calm like a flower in the dawn and elegantly reload as that utter disgrace to my lane burns to death. Introducing today's test subject Fiona, showing that the real reason she didn't want Shrek to see her at night was because she turns into a molding moron, but luckily Reaper Randy is here to miss all his shit as the two tit milk stains chase with their fingers in each other's assholes, prying them open so that they are ready to receive the 1v2 special from this bladed Powerpuff Girl. So yeah, that was just embarrassingly unfortunate, but at least only one death comes out of it. That is until Tentacle Tina hits that teleport just to immediately get stunned while deciding if she wants to run straight in or run straight in before dying. Irelia hits a quick jack off to completion in lane, and then the awkward slap battle continues where the overextended ogre manages to make the time in between her attacks even longer by cancelling every other one until the little KKK babies in their blue robes arrive to help make this even more pathetic. Meanwhile, I am bot treating my wards like my balls, with 2 of them comfortably in my sack at all times, and it's honestly fine when I am rocking more dodge than a Durango so that flaming armless troll doll gets shut down, which prompts a confusing Pac-Man style temper out of him that quickly turns into one of those instant karma clips when Kane arrives, so I long range yell 4 in his dead little face before taking a quick jump and then unenthusiastically tiptoe herding the beast back into his spot. And then I don't know if this cow was like lactose intolerant and the biological irony was making him defective or what, because he sticks around getting ready to go back in, and I am over here thinking, well shit, this is so free, I might as well accidentally click a minion instead of him to raise the suspense, because my character is all about making death into a good show anyway, which leaves just that cocaine overdosing firecracker left, so I flash to slap a dad ash and take my double. Back to Fiona, who is over here learning her lesson why you don't feed that unbalanced diamond drawing douche schnitzel a kill every 2 minutes, so she just cowardly hangs around hoping to spectate the death of some hooded midget employees, and I am just thinking girl shit or get off the pot, and apparently the only thing she heard out of that was get shit on, so that's exactly what she proceeds to do. Checking in back bot, and that small hobbling candle is proving to be my team's best asset, as even though my pike couldn't quite X-mark that spot, I still left the situation with a pregnant bank account. Then straight back to bot when the bomb rat gets bamboozled, and after deeming that a lost cause I decide to shoot at Miss Skittish before launching up the triangle of terror, but Bobby the Bull makes a better door than a window, so he issues the block on my cock until I decide to leave with my dignity. But I quickly realize that Dick of Dairy is just going to keep making me jump and ringing bells in my face, so I decide that I am just going to do the most hard-stuck silver thing I can think of and greed for some gold so I can spam worth in all chat afterwards, and it works out when I get the kill before this spotted shit stain can take me to Pound Town. Meanwhile, the amalgamation of sewage couldn't quite grasp the concept of freezing lane, so when sharp object Scarlett Johansson comes back to lane, she resumes her game of hesitant hopscotch alone 3 screens behind her wave, but it's too late because this dashing douche has a diamond to draw, and despite Tina birthing 2 spectral hentai arms and riling them up, she gives up another solo kill. But bot is still swell as me and the yelping Yordle are yeeting hard on this tower until we realize this anorexic gun slut isn't in the presence of Mr. Milk Dud, so we throw a bunch of shit at her and then zigs Hiroshima's dat ass low enough for me to hit a flash to pass her some piss spiked purple drank. And in case you were wondering where Barry the Bull was during that beatdown, he took a surprise vacation up top to take some free cash out of the walking ATM representing our team in the top lane. Then I get word that there's so many people mid lane I would have to count to 4 twice just to take attendance, and that's music to my creepy ears, so I run up, zoom out and start launching long boys at the bitches until the Ninja Turtle steals the show with his RKO resetting X drawing routine, and I can't complain because he gave me my cut for my part of the work. And remember when I said with great power comes a great number of morons trying to abuse that power? Turns out their top laner, who has been fed an all-you-can-eat buffet of spectral calamari, is using that power to overextend worse than a dislocated elbow, so I come in and chuck a canister at the Karen as my Ziggs times his ult to damn near perfection. Then I catch the end of the roided Scuttle Crab lottery, which we won by the way, as flaming hot Cheeto Chode Mumu tries to hobble away, but when I see the dead dock worker land a stun, I quickly move the file called Jinx out of the folder called Living as an Easy side quest before continuing my pursuit of that molten midget who thinks he's in the clear, but I fire a zoning thin beam before launching the long boy simulator to make my big finish. And if you guessed that a fat fucking cow with a cock-blocking flaccid titty milk pouch would once again be the condom to my hope of shoving a baby into that bitch, you sir would be correct. A few minutes later, Tentacle Tina decides to share her pathetic presence with the bot lane, and you would think the multiplying presence of blue health bars would hint that she should make like Michael Jackson and beat it, but why would she act logically when she could just turn around and take 4 of them to Tentacle Hentai Land at once despite having no chance of living to see their reactions? And matters only get worse when Reaper Randy's internet takes a piss break at the most inopportune time, and my dumbass hits a new low when I decide to burn my heal to save a player who isn't even connected to the game. But luckily he reconnects right after, which is good considering we still have this mud-covered moron who is too stupid to know that she could get her hand out of that crab shell's anus if she just released her fist, but no, she would rather whiff a spectral shitter before eagerly buying Hentai Land tickets for a whole group who clearly didn't want them, so they murder her instead. And in the next fight as our team's tank, she is taking up the responsibility of hiding in the forest during an all-out brawl, contributing by pulling some dead skin off the cow to tickle a bit before deciding that ulting that ghost is the move for some odd reason, as she chases the Adderall addict straight into some nutsack chompers, and we see a guest appearance from Pike very quickly lowering the bar for everyone around before this useless brute follows suit. Then big surprise, the oxygen thief ogre is dead once again while a drag is up, so I root the sloot, then run into the outnumbered shitfest to toss her a bitch bouncer and an auto for the kill before getting to a safe distance to deploy my hasta la vista motherfuckers ability. That said, the cock-blocking cow is just like a strict mom chaperoning the middle school dance when I want to grind with slutty Samantha, so I have to settle for watching my mid douche dunk them as I get lit on fire by the purple popsicle. That said, it worked out because enough of them had colorless screens after the Cluster Suck Festival too, and thus the battle for drag got extended to a minute later when my team was off at war again and I was busy fighting the one thing on the rift I could 1v1 as an ADC before heading over to reunite with my butt buddies before using my Gale Force for the sole purpose of stealing the credit so Rift Alexa would say my name and not any of theirs. And sometime between the last play and now, our troglodyte of a top laner found her way back to the fountain again, allowing them to get a free Baron, hence the purple piss shadow they are all rocking, but it works out when slouchy Dagger Boy goes full-blown hooker and I seatbelt the burn victim for an easy pick as the bomb rat once again fires his ult 12 seconds after it would have been useful, and then I take a play out of the ADC handbook, which is to get lost because there is a fed flanking top laner with a one-track mind, and that track is called Fuck Up That Counting Dracula, so I hang back till she dies once, wait for her dramatic Jesus Christ rendition to finish, and then double down on our desire for her to be a dead bitch. So take 2 on the dragon festivities with feeding Fiona by our side, hands still stuck in that crab shell's asshole as she just kind of sits in the middle of river waiting for that raging band-aid to gauze grab her and stun half our team before taking him and his ghost only to tentacle hentai land and getting silenced, shafted and homicided before doing anything of use. So the outcome of this team fight isn't exactly one I put on my resume. But something about her performance there has prompted a small text orgasm out of her proclaiming she is online, and I don't know if she has just hit her 10 death power spike or if literally her Wi-Fi was turned off up till this point, which would make the most sense. But then she follows up as the team's well-deserved shot caller by literally saying start Baron, she has TP but fuck it, and that to me just sounds like a famous last word meme waiting to be made, so I opt to not fuck it and instead back to deal with Bladed Betty, and thankfully it only took 3 of us using 65 abilities to take her down, and then I dropped a douchey and got out knowing that at the end of that nap would be one angry ADC killer, so I watch her die to my trap from the stands instead. Off to the ogre, who is supposedly online now as she maintains her mispositioning consistency before picking a fight with their bot lane, and this is why this game makes me sick as a dog, because a -7 IQ feeding ball of farts can just summon a few octopus legs, make them orgasm and still manage to 1v2 a bot lane out of nowhere while playing the fight just about as poorly as you possibly can. But for now I just shook my head and let my team claim the second kill, to which she said this is so sad, and I can only speculate that she was talking about her 23andMe results that just got delivered and revealed she is 110% dumb ape, but she never elaborated on that one. Anyways, it seems there was just something in the water up top killing off brain cells, because Diamond Darla finds her way back to Fountain shortly after, and then I guess Tentacle Tina metaphorically goes offline again because she kind of just stands there mid letting 3 of them tap her ass for free. Only to try and make up for this incompetence a minute later with a Skybeam Uber into an unwinnable battle trying to bail our dumb ram out from being in a worse position than a piggy at a bacon factory, so to no one's surprise they both board the CC train, the ram dies, the tilted tentacles come out for an unsuccessful round of whack-a-mole, and a common result of a few shitters pulling a stunt like that this late into the game is all of us black and white screen forced to stare at them taking a group poop on our nexus, and that, my friends, is Illaoi Syndrome. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and as always, Rav out.
Happy boy, I'm in your crib with the blappy boy. Talk to me slick and I'm popping your pappy. If happy talk back, then I'm taking your Grammy, and boy oh boy, I'll make her happy.